In this short tutorial, we'll be reviewing the basics of atomic structure. Let's first start off by exploring oxygen. So, if we look at the periodic table, we see the symbol for oxygen as being O. It has two numbers associated with it. One is 8 and the other is 15.999, which to all intents and purposes, for just drawing basic atomic structure, you can round this to 16. So the number 8 is the atomic number, and this is equivalent to the number of protons. This is also equivalent to the number of electrons that an atom will have, provided that it's a neutral atom. That is, that it doesn't have a positive or a negative sign associated with it. The 15.999, or you've rounded it to 16, is the relative atomic mass, or sometimes just known as the mass number. And this is equivalent to both the number of protons and the number of neutrons. If we already know that protons are 8, then the number of neutrons must be 8. So if we're going to draw the atomic structure, we would find the protons and the neutrons in the nucleus and arrange the electrons in shells or orbitals around the outside of the nucleus. The first shell can hold a maximum of 2 electrons, but since we have a total of 8 electrons to arrange, we end up with the first shell having 2 and the second shell having 6. And so here we have, on the right hand side, a simple diagram of the atomic structure of oxygen. As our second example, let's take a look at nitrogen. So the symbol for nitrogen on the periodic table is N. You will see two numbers associated with this. One is 7 and the other is 14.01, which, for all intents and purposes, when we're drawing the basic atomic structure, you can round this to 14. So once again, this number 7, the one at the top, this is the atomic number equivalent to the number of protons and also to the number of electrons if it's a neutral atom. The one at the bottom, the relative atomic mass, or sometimes known as the atomic mass, is the protons plus the neutrons combined. So if we know that the protons are 7 from the atomic number, then the neutrons must also be 7. If we're going to draw it, we have 7 electrons to distribute, and so on our first shell we have 2, it can hold a maximum of 2, and the second shell we have 5, because this makes up a total of 7 electrons. So this gives us the atomic structure of nitrogen.